Yes, hello! Welcome back to my channel. I'm beginning to recognize my club again, Didier Drogba. One of the best quotes, one of the best quotes of all time. I am beginning to recognize club again. How it feels right now, man. How it feels ecstatic. It feels. What's the correct word? I don't know what the correct word is, but whatever the word is, that is how it feels. Hello, welcome back to my channel for a bit of a later stream here. We're just gonna be waffling a bit about stuff and just talking about anything, because there's nothing really to talk about, so let's talk about anything and everything possible. Now, I just want to point out, I did not watch the game. Big up to Rosa, by the way. Big up, hello, how are you? I just want to point out that I did not watch the game, but football ratings are not very good to judge a performance. However, those centre backs have pretty portrait rating here in this game, I must say. Anyhow, let's go through this game. Let's just go through it. No point in waffling or anything. Good, what about you? I'm good, thank you for asking. So, I'm just gonna go off statistics, and from what I've seen on Twitter, which, again, I did not watch the game, I've seen a lot of highlights on Twitter, I've seen some arguments on Twitter. So, let's see the statistics. I mean, did Ortega really do anything? Did he have any shot on target? Okay, he did concede one shot, okay. So, I'll aim did have a shot. So, I guess he did do something. He passed, of course, because that's modern goalkeeping. Yeah, okay. Doesn't seem too special. Ortega, I mean, didn't concede a goal. Did not concede a goal. Can't say much more about that, can you now? Aït-Nouri. Now, Aït-Nouri is a bit more interesting, I think, because Aït-Nouri, we have not had a left back for a long time, man. We've not had we have not had a proper left back, should I say, so long. Because Cancelo was the last. I mean, he wasn't even a left back. He played on the left, but he wasn't really a left back. Cancelo was the last proper fullback that we had. And he left about 4 to 5 months into playing with Haaland. So he was gone as soon as he was here together with Haaland. So it's a bit disappointing that for me, because we never got to see Haaland's build a chemistry with a fullback. And Cancelo got a lot of assists to Haaland in the short period of time that they were together. For example, the game against Dortmund. Remember that? That was a Cancelo assist. Now, I see a lot of people on Twitter slagging Haaland on the cross from Aït-Nouri. I don't even need to watch this game to know what people are to know what's happened. I have not watched the game. I feel like I've watched the entire game through fucking clips on Twitter and argument. Listen, Erling Haaland has never played with Aït-Nouri. This is a pre-season, for them at least. We're winning 3-0, 4-0 by the time that the cross comes in. He's not gonna put in his full effort. I'm sorry if that's difficult to understand for some. Now, if this was Real Madrid we were playing, Haaland may put in more effort, but people are very unreasonable sometimes, I think, with what they want. They've never played together. Let them develop chemistry. Let them play together for a while. 5 games. Let them play together 5 games. They'll play well. So, I'm not too worried about that. But let's see some statistics here from the games. But first, let's go through chat a bit. Let's go through chat. Hello, big up to Wim. How are you? I see that the Silt is not here yet. Big up to Lucas for subscribing. I mean, you've been subscribed for a while. I've seen you chatting in here for a while. Yeah, the Silt is not in here yet, by the way. We can watch all training games of Blue Brugge this weekend. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I'll bother watching it, to be honest. The practice games of Club Brugge tend to be so boring. So, Claudio FC. We'll get to Claudio Echeverri in a minute, but that was a beautiful free kick. Ain't Al Ain, sorry, Al Ain Sayambole. We got 972 subscribers. 22 away, bro. The closer you get, the slower it becomes. It's like a black hole. The closer you get, the more time gets diluted. I did not watch a game. I did not watch the game. I saw so many clips on Twitter of this game. I think I might as well have watched it. Because what I do here, every morning when I wake up, I get out of my bed, I go downstairs, I go with my dog, and I go through Twitter a bit. I eat something and I scroll through Twitter. I swear down, I have never seen a game. I've never woken up in the morning and seen so many clips of a game as this one. My Twitter feed yet, the first 20 posts with all clips of this game. So I did not watch the game, but I fucking watched it, you know what I mean? Big up to Rosa, doing the Seal's job. The Seal's Stinker and Hooked. Rosa doing the advertising in here. Like and subscribe indeed. Especially the liking part. I mean, especially both parts really, but liking as well does often get overlooked. On dozen, yeah, I've got subscription obviously. I can watch it, but I don't know if I will. They tend to be very boring. Anyhow, Ait Nuri played 90 minutes, so he played the full 90. He got 2 shots, both from the same angle, which, by the way, I just noticed that is without Reinders playing in this midfield. So Tijani Reinders is gonna, because I remember that clip from Tijani Reinders making a pass to Doku against Wydad. If you have Reinders playing passes like that to Ait Nuri is gonna eat from toes. That's a very similar position. That left-hand side, half space. Yeah, that's gonna be delicious if Reinders can find Ait Nuri there. Not that many expected goals and assists. I mean, this is dead. This is very dead. By the way, people are telling me that Haaland somehow had a howler on this cross. He only had 0.13 expected assists. That's not that much. Why is this in Dutch, by the way? Why is this in Dutch? Is it auto-translate? Don't translate it. 1 second. I don't want... Give me English. I just realized that. This is Dutch. What are you doing, Footmob? 1 second. Man City versus Al Ain Footmob. Is this Dutch? Or is it English? Why is this Dutch? Can I change the language? What is this? I didn't ask for Dutch. I mean, I speak the language, but most of my viewers don't. Yeah, there you go. Footmob, Stinker and Hooked. Anyhow, Ait Nuri. Some statistics. I mean, statistics aren't that interesting, to be honest. You know what statistic I like to see, which it doesn't seem to be giving me here, is a heat map. So let me see a heat map here quickly. Man City Al Ain. What is the website called? Not Foot. SofaScore. Because they do give you heat maps. So let's see this heat map. Obviously, he's gonna play a lot higher up against a team like Al Ain, who's not gonna have a lot of the ball. Then if we are defending more, he's gonna play deeper. But I mean, it's easy enough to tell that with that he's gonna be more of a wing back than a full back. Which is why it's important to get a proper right back, not a centre back right back, and not a attacking right back, but a defensive-minded right back. Just Livramento. It's very technically gifted, very good passing-wise. So, I mean, not to talk about transfers too much yet, but That's the reason why Pep wants him. Ludovic Reitz got his medical done. Man of the match, I'm gonna say Claudio Echeverri. Well, that's a because he scored a free kick. That's a bit easy. That's a bit easy. You scored a free kick, so you're the man of the match. I mean, it's a beautiful free kick. Don't get me wrong. But Gundogan puts in 2 beautiful goals. And he clearly has man of the match hit on Footmob, so I'm also not quite sure about that. Anyhow, Gvardiol. We bought a left back, and now Gvardiol is out centre back. He is not only out centre back now, no longer being shoved down the wings. He is now getting rested. Stays 74 minutes, comes off because we're winning anyways, get some rest. We are finally progressing as a team. That's why I built this up earlier. Wrong one. That's why I built this up earlier. I am beginning to recognize my club again. We are playing centre backs in centre back and full backs in full back positions, and we're not conceding goals. Look at this, 6-0. I mean, I know it's all aim, but still, 6-0. So, Gvardiol, let's see some statistics here. He got a shot apparently. I've not seen this clip yet. There you go, I've not seen all the clips. I mean, passing accuracy, who cares? Nobody really. Apparently he had an expected 0.05 assists. He hits the woodwork. Okay, so his shot went off the post. In 98 touches, of course, if you're a centre back in Pep Guardiola's system, you're going to get a lot of the ball. Because we build up through our centre backs. Just the way it goes. I like this, by the way. He got one shot off. He only had 1 touch in the opposition box. So he gets the ball. Whenever he's in the box here and he has the ball, he doesn't take 2 or 3 touches. He gets the ball, he shoots. I like that. Even though he's a centre back, when he pushes up for corners or stuff, he's got that instinct in the box. Successful dribbles, I mean, nobody cares. Passes into the final third. I mean, I feel like everyone's got passes into the final third here. I think Bernardo Silva as well has quite a few. Where is Bernardo? Yeah, only 2, but like, that's a lot more than what Bernardo Silva otherwise would have done. So, we are getting the ball into dangerous areas. We're not playing ball left, right. We're playing it forwards, which I do like. I mean, you can tell a lot by statistics alone, but one thing you can't tell is performance. You can only tell what happened, not how it happened, if that makes sense. Cherky first goal. Yes, sir. I'm watching the PSG game. Is PSG playing right now? PSG. Oh yeah, they are playing against Seattle Sounders. How do you look? Seattle Sounders, bruv. What kind of name is that? They must be into sounding. Boss, if you know what I'm talking about, you know, bruv. They like sounding. Anyhow, Akanji. I mean, not much to talk about it, Guys. These are legends now. Guys. This is what I want to see. This is what I want to see from our players. This is what I want to see. 115 touches. That's a bit too... There you go. Let me take a screenshot of that and post that on Twitter. My man of the match. My man of the match, bruv. Get out of here, Fabrizio. I need to post this immediately. My man of the match against... I mean, I guess it's called superior player now, but nobody gives a fuck about that. Against Al Ain. There you go. There you go. Beautiful, guys. Beautiful. It's so beautiful, I might as well give myself a like. I deserve it. That's not be famous here. But you should give me a like. Because I do deserve it. Anyhow, my man of the match. This is the only statistic I needed to... Anyhow, moving on from 115 touches. I mean, look at the amount of passes into the final third that these players are getting. I don't think that our centre backs were getting half of this during the season. Like, let's say Everton. Let's say Everton in the Premier League. I don't think that anyone had as much as 10 passes into the final third. We've got two centre backs here with 19, I believe it's set. Where is it? Yeah, 19, and another with 16. Whereas the centre backs used to just pass sideways, now they pass forwards. It's almost like if you have a tall striker, sometimes you need to give him the ball. Shocking realization for most, I know, but Gusnov played on right back. I mean, it makes sense because you make your back three and Aït-Nouri and Nunez join the attack. I don't believe that this would be the permanent system, but if it is, if we go to a back three, like if we start playing with a back three, then I do think that Man City would need a bit more depth in that centre back position, because you're rotating three centre backs, not two. So obviously you need two more. 3 times 2 is 6, which is 2 more than 4. So that makes a lot of sense, because let's say you want to have 6 centre backs to do this back 3 system. By the way, a back 3 suits Diaz, I believe. Diaz is strong in the box. When balls come over the top, can be very weak sometimes. So Diaz protected by 2 Bas and Gusnov and Gvardiol centre backs on the counter, and then Diaz can shine the most in the box. I think that's a functional system. But let's say you've got Gvardiol, Diaz, and Gusnov. Let's say you've got this, and then for the right centre back backup, I guess you've got Stones, or Akanji. You've got Stones and Victor Hayes. I would have preferred to have Yuma Ba in here. I think Yuma Ba is an absolute beast. I guess you can include Ake as well, and then you have O'Reilly in this position, I guess, as a backup. So I think we might have a lot of centre backs next season at the club, because obviously we got a lot of injuries in that position as well. So Pep might be a bit paranoid. But to that, I would say, get a right back, because that lessens the burden on centre backs you have to play already, because now you're not playing a centre back as right back. So get a right back, that lessens the burden. And tone down centre backs a bit, because if you keep the fit centre backs, I mean, Gvardiol is always available. He needs to play less, of course, he needs to get more rest, but he's almost always available. Gusnov has not been injured yet or anything like that. Diaz and Akanji, they had freak injuries, but normally they're available. So these centre backs, yeah, I don't think we will have a centre back crisis next season. At least I think it's very unlikely. So I don't think we need that many centre backs. I'd much rather just switch to a right back. But you know why it makes sense, actually? Let me just draw something up quickly. It does make sense from one perspective, because I just thought about this. So you have Gvardiol, Diaz, Gusnov. Let's just say this. Let's say that this is starting back 3. Now what do you do other than this? What would be our starting lineup? So Rodri is gonna be... I mean, let's do this. Rodri / Gonzalez. Because obviously Rodri is not going to be playing all games immediately back. So you've got Rodri / Gonzalez here. Reinders, Foden, Aït-Nouri. I mean, now you Foden something like this, I guess. A 3-1. This is a bit diabolical. This is a little bit diabolical. But you've got a 3-4. What is this? So I guess you would do more like this then, but this is also not great looking, in my opinion. Yeah, because I'm trying to make it work, you know why? Because this is what I'm thinking about, yeah? You've got your rest defense, so rest defense is the players who are defending when you're attacking. You've got your rest defense here of 3 center backs, most importantly. So, last season we've been very easily countered because our rest defense was poor. With 3 center backs in that rest defense, you immediately get some solidity there. Now, Rodri slash Gonzalez, they should be able to handle this on their own. Pep Guardiola likes having systems where he has a rest defense of 5 players. So you generally have a back 3 in a Pep Guardiola system, and then a double pivot ahead of it, with one player playing a bit deeper and the other pushing up a bit more freely. So that's why we signed Kovacic, for example, because Kovacic was the more deep role, which gave Rodri a lot of freedom. That's why we signed him. So this is how Pep Guardiola likes to have his rest defense set up. Treble season, that's how we did it. John Stones pushed up into midfield, and what John Stones did is he became the double pivot. And he was the more free-roaming double pivot, and Rodri stayed back a bit, but at the end of the day, he was a double pivot with Rodri. And that's how we did it in the treble season. How we did it before that, also with Zinchenko inverting. And Zinchenko would invert, that's how we did it. We tried it back when Carl Walker was first at the club. We tried this same system. Ever since Pep has been at Man City, we have played this, not the exact same, but a similar system, but just different ways to create this system in our rest of defense. That is how Barcelona played under Pep Guardiola. That is how Pep Guardiola prevents counter-attacks. So it makes sense to have a lot of centre backs. Again, you've got Aki here as a backup. You've got Reis here. You've got Stones here as well. And you've got Akanji here. Makes sense on paper. Makes sense. My problem is, you can do the same system if you just get a proper right back. But I think the issue there, yeah, for Pep is maybe you do this with a right back. Let's say you go by what's his name? Livramento. Let's say you buy Livramento. Okay. Livramento comes in, beautiful. Now Gustinov goes to the bench, and this is the problem. How do you give Gustinov his minutes? Do you play Gustinov on the left? Not too comfortable. So, okay, that's fine. Victor Hayes can play on the left. Guardiola is gonna need some rest anyhow. Victor Hayes and Aki is gonna play here. Do you play him down the middle? I mean, you can. If Guardiola is here, maybe you can. But Pep Guardiola likes Gustinov to play together with Diaz. So now you're putting Diaz out on this left-hand side, where is he gonna be able to help Aït-Nouri that effectively? Because why does Guardiola play on the left? It's because when the left back pushes up high, Guardiola can handle this area. He's, I won't say comfortable, but decent in this area. Can play as a centre back anyhow, and he's sure-footed, so it doesn't really matter where you play him. Now you put Diaz here. He's not as fast, so he's gonna get cooked speed-wise if a ball comes over the top here. And I mean, he can come down to wide areas and defend, but it's just not as comfortable as Guardiola. So you've got to play Gustinov central. Akanji, I guess, is going to play as a backup right back, but then the system changes again because Akanji can't do what Livramento does, and you want your players to play the same system. Like you want your B team to play in as similar a system as possible as your A team. That should be the goal for the manager, because that way you get consistency and your players know what to do on the pitch. So Akanji to Livramento is a completely different system. Meanwhile, if you have no Livramento and you play Gustinov Akanji, this is a very similar system. And Stones, I don't think John Stones leaves. I don't want to see John Stones right back either. I know that's a popular idea with some people, but I don't want to see that. So if Stones is saying now he needs to get minutes down the middle, and then the concern becomes how many minutes does Gusanov get? My answer is you sell Akanji, you sell John Stones, you go buy a right back. Gusanov is gonna get minutes. He's gonna get minutes, one way or another. But if that's not gonna happen, then Gusanov won't get the minutes. So that's maybe a bit of the concern with Pep not wanting to sell Akanji or Stones. I guess if you sell Aki, no. Because if you sell Aki, now Victor Hayes is gonna compete for that left center back role, minute-wise. And then you have Stones and Akanji, or you have Stones on the center back role and Akanji on the right center back role. And now Gusanov is trying to compete for all three. So again, that doesn't work. 115 touches. I mean, yeah, my goat, bruv, Akanji. 115 touches. Goat, bruv, goat. But yeah, that is a bit my concern. To be honest, that's why I think I remain consistent. If we win the Club World Cup, we will buy Livramento. If we don't, I think we might not buy a right back at all. We're scintillating, scary, and dangerous. World class. World class. We beat Al Ain. Oh, big up to Steve. Big up to Steve. He's in here to talk about my hair. He's jealous of my hair. He calls it a wig because he's jealous. But this is the most beautiful hair you've ever seen. Not really. I can wash my hair today. So it's a bit what's the word? Coarse? I guess that's the word. Coarse. Anyhow. Nico Gonzalez. I saw a lot of people say on Twitter that he dropped a stinker. So, I'm just going through these statistics. Again, passes into the final third. But actually passing the ball forwards. He got an interception. He didn't win any tackles. He made 2 recoveries, but that's not too much he's doing here. He won most of his duels though. No aerial duels to speak of. He was fouled twice, for those who care about that, but he is winning most of his duels, which is good. Not too much to go off from these statistics. Again, I want to see a heat map. They really should add a heat map to FootMob. I mean, he's playing where you expect him to play. I guess he was just a bit of a ghost. I guess he was just a bit of a ghost, isn't it? It doesn't seem like anything notable in his heat map and his statistics. So, not per se a bad game maybe, but a less impactful one. Right back, incoming, not Livramento. We're getting Livramento if we win the Club World Cup. I fully believe that. If we win the Club World Cup, otherwise we're not. My hair is the best. Stop being jealous. Stop being jealous. Claudio Echeverri. Echemessi. Is that what we're saying? We've waited long enough for Echemessi to come in. Bro. That free kick, yeah? When is the last time we've seen a free kick like that by Man City? Kevin De Bruyne against Leicester? Is that the last time we've seen a free kick like that in the treble season? I won't count Kevin De Bruyne against Crystal Palace because that's completely different. Maybe Gundogan. You remember Gundogan's free kick was at Brighton when we won the title. Gundogan's free kick against Brighton is really the last time I think Man City scored a free kick of this quality. Ignoring Kevin De Bruyne free kicks, because, I mean, Kevin De Bruyne is a cheat code. This man's got some proper free kicks on him. Not like Foden, where he scores a free kick, credit to him. His free kicks ability is not that great, not that consistent. The one free kick and he puts it top bins. If this man, yeah, I want this man to take the next free kick. And if he puts it top bins again, I want him taking every free kick for the Man City in that area around the box. Because that was quality. That is the first thing I saw when I woke up. I woke up, went downstairs, turned on Twitter on my phone. First thing I saw, Etcheverry, banging free kick. The Michelle wannabe. I actually sold Doku just to give Etcheverry more game time. As of now, we would have too many players. And we won't have enough space for a guy like him to play. Yeah, that is why I have Doku over here. This is the you will never play area. I don't think Doku is playing at all anymore. Etcheverry is gonna play on the wing, whether you like it or not. Because Pep Guardiola thinks. He just does not play young players down the middle. He just doesn't do it. So Etcheverry is gonna play down the wing. Bob is gonna play down the wing. Foden, Cherki are gonna play down the wing. Bernardo Silva is gonna play. In midfield or down the wing, I'm not sure. Probably a bit of both, like he's always done. If we do get another midfielder in there, he's gonna play on the wing, because Pep Guardiola thinks. So that's not... Savio, Marmoush are gonna play on the wings. Like, he's not gonna get in. Doku is not gonna get in. It's that simple. He just can't. He's not good enough. If you compare him to these other players, he's not good enough. But let's see some statistics other than his goal. So... I mean, nobody cares about this statistic. Expected goals on target. What a stupid stat is this? What a stupid stat is this? Shots on target. Blocked shots. 1 blocked shot. 17 touches. I mean, I want him to get more touches, though. I know it's only 1/2, but 17, that's not a lot. 2 touches into your possession box. Only dispossessed once. I mean, he didn't have much of the ball, but still. I mean, defensively, I don't care. He's winning his duels. He's also winning his duels, because that's something people said about physicality of Etcheverry. Oh, will he be able to handle the Premier League? Well, he's able to handle him physically against Al Ain. Not sure if that's the most physical side out there, but he's able to handle himself physically. How bad is Etcheverry injury? So I saw earlier from the Etcheverry injury that it's not that severe. Let me quickly find this again. I saw that it's not too severe. Yeah, great talent. Injury. One second. Oh, here. Etcheverry was withdrawn at halftime due to a twist in his ankle. That was a little bit sore and a problem at halftime, says Pep. That's why he could not continue, but he's an incredible player, a big talent in small spaces, and I'm happy for him. So, not really saying much, but it doesn't seem that bad, because he got that injury. I saw the clip, he got that injury before he scored his free kick. And if you're able to go and score a free kick like that, it can't be too bad. So maybe he's out for like a game at most. Can't be too bad. Pep Guardiola isn't saying much on it, probably just because he doesn't know yet. With Aït-Nouri holding to width, Etcheverry would actually just invert, would just invert from the wing just like Marmoush. Yeah, he would, but he's still playing on the wing. So it's like this is a problem with positions. There's a difference between positions and roles. When Etcheverry plays out wide, okay, Aït-Nouri pushes up, so Etcheverry comes inside. As you can see, maybe best here. Playing wide, Aït-Nouri comes up, he comes inside. Yes, but he's still playing on the wing. At the end of the day, he's still playing on the wing. And the reason that's important here is because Where is Doku gonna play? On the wing. Doku is gonna play on the wing. Left wing? No. Because Etcheverry will play there. Okay. So Nori pushes up, so Etcheverry goes central. But now if you replace Etcheverry with Doku, I mean, Doku can't do that. So that is already Doku. You're not playing on the left wing anymore. Doku cannot play with a fullback like Aitnuri. Because he can't go into the middle of the pitch. Not because of ability or anything like that. Forget that. Because of trust. Pep Guardiola places the players he trusts most in midfield and the ones he trusts least out wide. That's generally how it goes. That is why he played Messi as a false 9. He wanted Messi centrally. Because the players he trusts the most go in the middle. That's how Pep's systems always have worked. Or almost always. So Etcheverry, Doku, he's not going to be trusted going centrally. Because Pep doesn't have a lot of trust in Doku. For the good reasons, I think. He loses the ball a lot. So he's not going to play on the left wing. Okay, right wing now for the Doku. Cherki plays right wing. They're not getting on the right wing. Foden, Bob, they'll play on the right wing. Doku is not getting ahead of any of those three. Savio, he's gonna play on the right wing. So where is Doku playing? Not playing ahead of Savio. Maybe he is. Let's give him Savio. Not playing ahead of Bob. Not playing ahead of Foden. Not playing ahead of Cherki. He's not even playing ahead of Nunez, let's be quite frank here. Is he playing ahead of Bernardo Silva if Silva is on the wing? So Doku's... I need Doku to go. Out of the tournament, possibly. I don't think so. He was able to play for 30 minutes right after getting the injury. So I don't think it will be that bad. Doku, easily. He's had enough time. He's not improved. Savio has been shocking. Don't get me wrong. Savio has been shocking. But he has had less time. So I'm willing to give Savio one more year. Just as I was willing to do with Doku. Doku has been shocking for 2 years straight now. And he will continue to be. Because if you look at what Doku does... I mean, there was a clip going around here of Erling Haaland. He always runs onto the far post bullshit. And it was a clip of Doku going inside. Let me show you on tactical pads. That will be easy. It was Doku, yeah? Done Doku. Doku was going inside over here. Haaland made a run down the far post because now the centre back is following him. It was a centre back here and here. Because of Haaland's run, that centre back came down. Now Doku had a shot. Yeah, Doku's line open for the shot. Whereas if Haaland doesn't make that run, stays central, it closes down. So what does Doku do when Haaland doesn't make the run? And it stays like this. Doku shoots. That is what he does. But Haaland makes this run, clears up the space. What does Doku do? He tries to find Haaland. Know why? Because Doku does not understand football. I'm not trying to diss on Doku here. He doesn't understand football. Doku sees a big free space and thinks Haaland is free. He doesn't think about, oh, I've got a shot on target now. He thinks Haaland is free. No, he's not. He's getting man-marked. The moment you pass that ball, the players are going to close down Haaland. He's not free. But Doku doesn't understand that. Doku sees a lot of space around Haaland, thinks he's free. And when Haaland is enclosed here, Doku thinks, okay, not a lot of space around Haaland. He's not free, let me shoot. But this is wrong, because, I mean, it's not entirely wrong, but it's wrong. Because here, if Doku passes to Haaland, now the players come down to Haaland, Doku remains close. Now Haaland can lay off to another runner, or back to Doku for a 1-2. And now, centre backs having been dragged in by Haaland, someone else becomes free. This is basic. This is basic stuff. Doku does not understand this stuff. You cannot teach basic understanding of football. You cannot teach that. Doku cannot improve. Because not tactically or technically, but vision-wise, he cannot improve. And if you cannot improve vision-wise, you will not have the freedom at Man City, being Doku, to do what you did at Stade de Reims. He played at Rennes, sorry. However you pronounce it. Excuse my terrible pronunciations. But you get the point. At a smaller club, you get more freedom as a player. Because you will be one of the better players there. You'll get to do a lot more. At a bigger club, Doku is not going to get that freedom. Same with Grealish. Grealish could not do what he did at Villa. At Man City. Because he had to follow some certain things. So what Grealish had to do was stay wide, come inside when it's a good time, and then find the correct pass. The difference is, Grealish had the insight to play that pass, whereas Doku didn't. Now the problem is, Grealish could not finish for Wang, and neither can Doku. But Doku is more excitable, because he's a bit more explosive and stuff. It's erratic. It's not logical. It's not explosive to accomplish something. It's explosive for the sake of being explosive. It's like when you detonate a bomb, when you're clearing a mine shaft with TNT, you don't just throw TNT all over the place. You line it up at the base of the rock you want to destroy, and you go up in piles, and then you detonate from bottom up. That is how you do it. That is how you do it. What Doku does is, he throws in a bomb here, a bomb there, a bomb there, and he explodes them all at once. It's erratic. And when you have that erratic style of play, you can't improve. In my opinion, you can't improve. I've yet to see it. The things I like at Chiveri, the things I like with Etcheverry is he could finish with both feet. I agree. Doku and Savio, I mean, neither can finish at all. Let's stand with both feet. But are too one-footed, especially on their finishing, which yet they may deserve their chances this season. My all-time best favorite player. So we're going across any. We're going across any club, any era. My top three are Hans van Aken, Kevin De Bruyne, and Ruud Vormer. Those are my top three. Nasri as well. Nasri is in there as well. Nasri is one of my favorite Man City. Nasri is my favorite Man City player outside of Kevin De Bruyne. But I have a bias towards De Bruyne because I'm a Belgian. Outside of KDB, it's Nasri. I guess outside of Belgian players, it will be Nasri. If you exclude Belgian players. If you include Belgian players, it's gotta be De Bruyne. Probably De Bruyne. But in general, without Belgian players, yeah, it's Nasri. Would yesterday's team played better with Ederson? I mean, that Ederson not play. Oh yeah, it was Ortega. I don't know. Because it's difficult to say that, you know, because you can argue that the team will be better because you'll have a passer there who will distribute more, and it's a very good passing team and all of that. But at the same time, you could say you've already got a very strong passing core in that team, so maybe you don't need Ederson to provide those extra passes. So now Ederson comes in and it's overkill, so I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. Ken Klotzy, Maradona if not City. TMI on bombs, Alf, that's worrying. Don't be worried. Don't be worried. That's all I can say. Anyhow, Echeverry, beautiful free kick. Chef's kiss on that free kick. Gundogan. Right. Gundo. I have seen news that you may stay, or that you may want to stay. Gundo. Please. You are not that guy anymore. And I know you got man of the match against Al Ain. And you scored 2 beautiful goals. But at Barcelona, you were not that anymore. For Germany, you were not that anymore. And Man City last season, you were very inconsistent. So Gundogan, I love you. I really, really love you. And you were sublime in that game, sure. But you're not gonna do that week in, week out against Premier League teams. So Ilkay, please go to Gala. Please go to Gala. Anyhow, let's talk about Gundogan. 2 goals, beautiful goals. Only 2 shots as well. Accurate passes for the most part, but that means nothing. He got 89 touches, 6 into the box. Got a few successful dribbles. Got a few balls into the final third. And this is, by the way, you replace Gundogan with Reinders. And this is not to talk shit about Gundogan, by the way. This is just a praise of Reinders. Because 4 balls into the final third is already good. But you replace that with Reinders, and you're gonna have twice as many. You're gonna have 8, 9, 10. Because Reinders just takes up the ball, wants to pass it into the final third immediately. And I hope Pep doesn't take that out of his game. He got an accurate long ball. Crosses weren't great, but I don't really look at Gundogan for that. Was Gundo taking the corners? He won a tackle, fair enough, and he's still winning his duels. So, I mean, I would expect these players to win their duels against a team like Al Ain. This is not a team of the same caliber and quality. I expect our players to physically impose themselves against a team like Al Ain. So I kind of expect that, but no fouls committed, so okay. Just comfortable performance by Gundogan. I think Silva will be a lot more interesting to talk about, because he played the ball forward. And he's our captain, by the way, Bernardo Silva. Like it or not, he is our captain. So, no. No mas. No mas, bro. No mas. This competition is a fraud competition. I will not change my stance on this competition. This is a fraud competition. No mas. But let's talk about Bernardo Silva. Silva is our captain, so he will play a lot next season. I hope not too much, though. I hope it's a bit reasonable. I hope it's like maybe once a week or something like that, right? Not playing every week or stuff like that. So Bernardo Silva, I imagine he'll play most of the time in the midfield, because Pep Guardiola trusts Bernardo Silva. And I mean, he's out on this wide area, but he starts in midfield. And I'm guessing he's stayed with Matheus Nunes again, because he has that partnership with Matheus Nunes to help Matheus Nunes coordinate. And yeah, it's a lot of the same area here. He's staying a bit behind Matheus Nunes, who can then do this stuff from the right-hand wing. Again, go back to this a lot. Look at the assist from Matheus Nunes against Everton. Bernardo Silva instructing Nunes, then letting him go, giving him the ball. Nunes gets the assists. So they do have a partnership there. So I guess think about it this way. If we have a B team, so you have a starting team. This is your starting 11. Well, not this, but let's say with the players we currently have available. This would be our starting 11, something like this. Yeah, sure, that looks fine. Let me get rid of these quickly. So, then you'd have Marmoush here as the false 9. Or I guess you could have... let me delete. I guess you could have this a bit deeper. Now that's a lot of stuff to think about as well. Or you could have 2 strikers. You could have a 2-striker system. Something like this. Or this. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to make this work, right? But I imagine that these players will be out starting 11 next season. Maybe a Kanji down this area. So these 2 guys here competing for this spot. Bernardo Silva, if he comes in here, Bernardo Silva, where is he? Let's say he takes Foden's spot. Okay. And now Cherki comes out and you put in Nunez. And now you have got a partnership there of 2 players used to playing together. Because the problem you sometimes have when you rotate is players have more chemistry with players they play with more. I mean, that sounds obvious, but it's not always that obvious. When you play 20 games a season with Cherki, let's say you are Foden, and you play 20 games this season with Cherki, you're gonna have a very good partnership with Cherki. Now you've only played 2 games with Nunez, and you have to play with Nunez again. You're not gonna have that good of a partnership. But if Silva and Nunez are playing together each time, then they can have that partnership together. And then you take Foden and Cherki out at the same time, you rest them both, you put Silva and Nunez in against maybe a team that's gonna be more of a deep block that requires a bit more control and stuff. That's gonna be a bit easier to beat. You rest 2 players, you replace 2 players, and you keep the chemistry there. So I guess that's what we can do with Silva. I just hope. I think the real test for Bernardo Silva is how do you play against a big team like Juventus? How do you play week in, week out in the Premier League? How much do you play? I don't want this guy playing too much, but how much do you play and stuff like that? All of that stuff, I want to see that before I say anything on Silva. I like Bernardo Silva. Like, this is where the people get me wrong, I think. I like Bernardo Silva mentality-wise. I think he's got elite mentality. I just think as a player, he's done. I think as a player, he's not there anymore. I might do a Hull City Carabao Cup round 1. Round 1 is in August already, okay. Watch-along. I've never done a watch-along before, though. Good luck on your watch-along. Cool. Hull City will be... Hull City is massive. You'll get 20,000 views. You'll get 20,000 views on that watch-along. You're massive. Anyhow. Now, watch-alongs, though. You know what I'll say before I continue? Watch-alongs are very different from watching normal football. Like, if you're just watching football, it's very different. So, if you're doing a watch-along, try not to force yourself to speak. Like, be comfortable being silent during a watch-along. Don't talk too much. Because sometimes you'll just have nothing to talk about. Just be silent. If there's nothing to talk about, say nothing, right? So, that's what I do sometimes on a watch-along. I'm just quiet, or I look at chats for something to talk about, but a watch-along is not the same as just watching football. So you'll have to see for yourself if you enjoy doing that. Every person is different, I suppose. Anyhow, Silva, please keep playing balls forwards. Please keep doing that. Now, Nunez. He played full 90. I need to see Reinders and Nico midfield. Nico O'Reilly, Nico Gonzalez. Which Nicos do you want in midfield here? I like Matheus Nunes when he plays up as a winger, as a wide winger. I like Matheus Nunes that way. I think he's solid. I don't know if you'll have him next season. But if we do keep him next season, because how much longer is his contract, by the way? Ortiz, Nunez, transfer market. He's got a contract till 28. Okay. So he's got 3 more years. You keep him another year, then you sell him in the summer maybe. I can see that. So I like when he plays out wide. I think he can do a job as a backup, cup games, stuff like that. Nothing too serious. So if we keep him, I don't mind. He gets a lot of touches. He gets balls into the final third. His crosses not that great, though. Only 1 in 4. He's playing good long balls. Defensively, we know he's not great, but he's recovering the ball. Okay, he's only been dribbled past once. And he's winning his... not even winning his duels, actually. He's kind of getting bodied. He is getting fouled a lot, but he's also committing fouls. So... yeah, he's getting a bit bodied. That's a bit worrying. Will Claudio Echeverri leave? I doubt it. I strongly doubt it. He's looking like pure quality. I mean, when you take a free kick like that, it really says all you need to know when you can take a free kick like that. I think we'll get them in midfield against Juventus. I think Juventus we will play like this. 1 second. Diaz. I think Akanji probably. It's not how I want to play, by the way. This is how I think we will play. I don't think Rodri will start any game in the Club World Cup. Not even the final, should we get there. I think he won't even start that. Where is Nico G? Oh yeah, I deleted him. This was Nico thing. Salis, there you go. I think you'll get this against UV. And then you'll have Marmoush here central. You'll have Haaland up top. And you'll have Foden. And he won't drop. He won't drop Silva. Or who will he drop? Who will he drop for Silva? He'll have to drop someone. Because I'm thinking Cherki is gonna play as well. You're gonna have this. I'm thinking something like this, but he's gonna play Bernardo Silva. So someone is getting dropped. Most likely Foden. So I guess this is what we're looking at against Juventus. I mean, it's not bad, but not bad, I guess. But I'd prefer that with Foden. Permanently to Lyon, then Yuma Ba going on loan. So Yuma Ba is on loan there, of course. Lyon won't take McAtee, I think. It very rarely happens that you buy 2 players from the same club, or buy and loan 2 players from the same club. I also think that McAtee will get bigger offers. Gonzalez will be a baller next year. He's so special. He'll play right back against Madrid. I think he'll play right center back. I guess de facto right back when we are coming back to defend on a back 4. But I don't think he'll be an out-and-out right back. I think we're going to play with 3 center backs next season. And we're going to play with a very heavy midfield. Like, I think he's more of a midfielder than he's really a left back. I mean, he's not attacking left back. That's what he is. He's not attacking left back. But that said, though, I think Ait Nouri's defensive liabilities are overstated sometimes. He's not great defensively, but he's not bad. He's not bad defensively. Let's Bernardo hold to it. Cherky play better as a 10 than touchline winger. Well, that is... I would not even play Silva. I would play Foden. And I would have this. You've got Haaland up here. You've got Marmoush probably right behind him or in this half space. And then you've got Foden, Cherky over here. overlapping with each other. You're gonna have a Rangers push up. So I guess then you create something more like this. This is what you would maybe have then, theoretically speaking. But Silva is gonna play, and when Silva plays, Jetki is gonna be forced out wide. It is how it is. So I do agree with you, Jetki is better in the 10. Where would Livramento fit in this team? Very easy. Take out Akanji, plug in Livramento. This is the same team, but better. It's the same team, same system, but better. I mean, it's not completely the same system. Livramento will pass the ball a bit more, but it's the same thing, but better, basically. This is what I want. This is what I want, but yeah. We need to win the Club World Cup to get Livramento. Otherwise, it's a wet dream. In fact, let's do this. Let's do this, yeah? ChatGPT. Let me open ChatGPT for you guys. And let's see. Who will win the 2025 Club World Cup? Is predicting the winner. Bang on, bro! We win Club World Cup. Man City. Hey! ChatGPT knows what's up. ChatGPT knows what's up. ChatGPT is a Man City fan, bruv. ChatGPT is a Man City fan. Hold that. Man City. We are buying Livramento. Livramento coming to the Etihad, bruv. Yildiz is way too patchy for the Juventus game series player. Juventus are underdogs. That's shit. Look at where Juventus is right now. They're fourth in Serie A. They're lucky to finish fourth. And because AC Milan was terrible this season, Fiorentina fell off. So they're lucky to even finish fourth. They have a troubled defense, which is very bad considering they're a defending team. So, okay, they're spanking goals past Al-Ain and Wydad. Great. Now go do it against Man City. They won't. So I'm not that afraid of Juventus. It's one thing to spank goals past... Like, think about Arsenal. They spanked goals past Burnley, was it? West Ham. Spanked them a lot in the 4th season. Then they have to play a bigger team in Aston Villa. They choke up. That's what I think Juventus will. I don't think they're bad, but I don't think we should be afraid of them. I think Man City needs to have a bit more chest again. We've lost our chest. We've lost our aura. We need to get it back. We need to get back out there, yeah? Pump our chest up. Walk up and down the road and say, we're Man fucking City. And when you come to the Etihad, you lose. And you play us on a neutral ground, you lose. And when we play in your gaff, you still lose. We need to get that chest back. Because I'm tired, yeah, of every time we play against a decently sized club, being scared of them. I like Yildiz. Top player. He's patchy. He has moments where he's great, but then he falls off again. He's way too patchy in my opinion. Would definitely not mind him in a City kit. Yildiz. Where will he play? I mean, he's not playing striker. He's not playing ahead of Marmoush. He's not playing ahead of Cherki. He's not on the bench. He's not gonna want to be on the bench. Okay player, but he's okay for where he's at. That is a top 4 club. He's not okay for the title-winning club. I think with or without Club World Cup, we would actually have the money. It's not about the money. It's about the PSR. The reason Man City can spend 300 million without having PSR problems is because we manage our PSR well. We can go easily go buy Livramento now. Then 2 years down the road, your PSR will look a lot worse. However, if we first win the Club World Cup, and then go buy Livramento. Now PSR wise, you look a lot better. So it's mainly PSR in my opinion. Mainly PSR. I mean, we skip on both Rise and Words. Well, we skipped on Rise because we did not value Rise that highly, and we skipped on Words because we didn't value Words that highly. However, that was at a time when we were the title-winning team for the first one. When we were the title-winning team. And we didn't need Rise that desperately. Now we desperately need a right back, I think. Words, meanwhile, the price was simply ridiculous. Having him, Nori at left back and Vardiol central back was nice. I agree, fully. Both obviously have that base, and Nori is going forward as a dream. He was up and down like a yo-yo. Yeah, I'm happy with Nuri. I'm so happy to finally have a fullback again. James French is top. Yeah, bro. Look at this, bro. James French. Serial killer, bruv. JamesFrench.com, bro. Murderer. Look at this. This is what Man City hired, bro. What is Man City doing? Wild stuff, isn't it? Double murderer. Last person executed under Oklahoma's death penalty laws prior to Furman versus Georgia, which suspended capital punishment in the United States. Cool. Anyhow. How the fuck did they suspend capital punishment and then make it legal again? Bruv. That country has well problem, isn't it? This is who we hired. This is who we are hiring, bruv. Wild stuff. Nah, I need to wait with these coaches. I'll say my opinion on the coaching staff when we get to the end of the season. I'm not gonna get excited too quickly. Cool. Set pieces, yeah? That are actually good. We're actually taking set pieces. We're not just wasting them. How many years? Ever since Mikel Arteta left, our set piece game became terrible. Like, generally, Mikel Arteta was carrying this club on set pieces. He left, we got shit on them. We will finally be good again on set pieces, bro. A dream come true. Now, a real dream come true would be if you guys like and subscribe as we go into the last play to talk about here. I was planning to do some transfer news as well, but I mean, stuff really dragged on and there's not that much to talk about, so we'll talk about Haaland, we'll briefly talk about Gundogan, who may or may not stay, and I think then we'll round up. So, Erling Braut Haaland. How is this man so disrespected? He scores, he gets a great assist to, not a great assist, but a solid assist to Sherky. People are on his ass. What are we doing? It's a preseason game. We won 6-0. We won 6-0. Haaland scored. Haaland got an assist. And people are on his ass. He's showing great team play with Sherky. I saw that clip of Sherky just lifting the ball up in the box. Haaland traps it down, brings it down, gives it to Foden. Foden should have scored. He's laying off the ball with Sherky. He's getting into positions to shoot. He's getting chances, and people are on his ass. What does this guy need to do to be rated? How much GA did he get? He got 1.86 GA. That is including a penalty, though. XG. So you have non-penalty. He got 1.07 non-penalty XG from 5 shots. But I mean, if you look at these shots, I mean, this has gone down as a shot. That was not a shot, that was a pass. So that's just wrong. He had 2 shots on target here. Okay, fair enough, could he have finished better? Yes, but like, come on. You're really getting on his ass for scoring and assisting once rather than getting a hat-trick? Like, what are we doing? So Erling Haaland, yeah? He's gonna need some time to get used. Company needs to prove himself in Europe first. Company needs to prove his worth in European competitions. But Erling Haaland, he's gonna take a bit of time to get used to the new system. And with a bit of time, I mean 3, 4, 5 games at most. Once he gets to 5 games, he's gonna be banging in again. He's gonna be banging goals. So don't worry about Haaland, bro. Like, we do this every year. Haaland, debut season at Man City. Oh, it'd be a good season to get 15 goals. He scored 36. Premier League alone. Man City, second season at Man City. Oh, did he fall off? He won the Golden Boot. Haaland, third season at Man City. Oh, he's having a bad season. He was top scorer with a team, with a midfield, run like a fucking factory in the 1930s, bruv. We're talking workplace abuse over here. 1930s factory. This man was getting the output in a 1930s factory, bruv. He had 1 arm and 1 leg, and he was still getting output. Bad season. A striker who gets 40 goals in a season, being told he's had a bad season. He had 40 goals that season with an injury. Bad season. With a terrible midfield, by the way. Should I reiterate that? I'll keep repeating that. Terrible midfield, terrible midfield, terrible midfield. Still got 40 goals. And now, he's missed a few chances in a friendly game, basically, against Al Ain, when we were already 2 goals up. What? It's shocking. It really is shocking. It's typical of football fans. Fickle. The moment Haaland performs, they will praise him. Exactly. But when he didn't score, they will go for him. Hopefully, we wouldn't treat Chetki to... I mean, it's already been that way with Chetki. Look at what people said about Chetki after his first game. I saw people on Twitter saying beef Chetki after his first game. And now people are singing his songs. Oh, we finally got a 10. Oh, we've got a technical baller. Bro. Calma. It's a pre-season friendly. It's a pre-season tournament. It ain't that deep. I know I put it in my title, but we are not back yet. Actually, I didn't put it in my title. I put it in the thumbnail. But we are not back yet. We are putting in decent performances against bad teams. Some players are being a bit lazy, or are trying to get back into the shape of things, or are taking their time to get adjusted to a new system because they're over from a new club. So not everything is perfect, but it's a pre-season tournament. I have never lost my mind over a pre-season game, bro. Like, calm down. Calm down, it's pre-season. That's all I can say on that. Haaland, I wanted him benched, by the way, in the 4-beat season. You can go back to my game review videos, because I still did the videos back then, instead of doing it on stream, of the 4-beat season. I wanted Haaland benched because he was playing poorly. I have at not one point thought in the past 6 months Haaland is a problem at Man City. I have still not thought that. It's not because I like Haaland, because I really don't. I don't give 2 fucks about him. He's an employee. I like him in the sense that he scores goals for me, but I don't care for any player more than I do another. I like play styles and stuff, but people do this played FC thing, right? I don't do that. In the 4-beat season, I said Haaland should be benched because he's playing like shit right now. He clearly needs rest and all of that. This season, that was not the problem, but people are so simpletons and their reasoning sometimes. Like, get off Haaland's ass, bro. If Haaland plays poorly next season, 10 games in, now you can get on his ass. Get on his ass over the preseason game. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Anyhow, one last bit of transfer news maybe to talk about is what is his name? Gundogan. So Gundogan, I won't bother pulling it up, but Gundogan said that that he wants to stay at Man City, and I'm annoyed because Gundogan is not that good anymore. I mean, he played a good game here, sure, but Gundogan is not that guy anymore. So for me, yeah, on Gundogan, get your bags, go to Istanbul. You'll enjoy it in Istanbul. I promise you, Gunnar, you'll enjoy Istanbul. Beautiful city. So get on your plane, go to Istanbul, play this last tournament with us, maybe win it, and go to Istanbul. Bye bye. And then you can come back as a we don't really need next season. You're not gonna play ahead of Reinders. Not gonna play ahead of Nico Gonzalez. You're not even gonna play ahead of Foden or Silva. So we don't need you next season. And next season, yeah, we're gonna have a lot of players coming in with big wages. So if we have you on the bench all season next season on these wages, we are like that is stupid. So Gundogan, I love you, but go to Istanbul. One good game ain't changed anything. Go to Istanbul. You'll enjoy it, State. We'll enjoy having had you for all the time you were here. Anyhow, that is it for me. I'll leave it at that. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And put Alfred in the chat here because Adolf. No, not Adolf. I can't type right now. Alfred in chat. Because I'm gonna redirect you guys to Liam. That's been all for me. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you guys for being in today. Good active chat again. I like having an active chat. So go to Liam's channel. Give him an active chat. Alfred in chat. Like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.